The Post on Church Point Road in Gonzales would like to invite everyone to their newly renovated events hall, a beautiful 9,600 square foot facility that features a 5,500 square foot main hall and a separate 600 square foot conference room. Renters have access to our huge kitchen, large stage, tables, chairs, bar, and covered outdoor cooking. So plan your next wedding, party, conference, and more at The Post on Church Point Road in Gonzales.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
You could be driving.
Happy Honda Days are back for the most wonderful time of the year at Team Honda. The savings are high on every new Honda. And with our Buy Here, Sell Here program, you'll get top value for your trade. Happy Honda Days from Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
I guess that was supposed to be 3, 2, 1. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Can't find good help anywhere these days. Hello and welcome as we start today's edition of the Clarence Bud Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours in your world since the last opportunity we had to spend a little time with you roughly some 24 hours ago. The movement in our state to curtail the ever-worsening crime problem continues to gain steam. Just yesterday, we talked about Mayor Sharon Weston Broome unveiling a plan on the heels of BRPD's announcement of increased efforts to curtail crime. The state's Attorney General, Jeff Landry, good guy, by the way, joining the fight now in bringing the needed adjustments, for lack of a better word, to the criminal element in our state. The Attorney General meeting yesterday with law enforcement officials, trying to come up with ways to curtail the problem of crime. And in many instances, what we've seen as of late, I would venture a guess, because I don't have any statistics to quantify it in front of me as we speak, but more so in many other places than here in Louisiana, we have seen a lack of adequate jail space leading to individuals being returned to the streets to commit more crimes. You already know my opinion on this. If you reside in the capital region, when this issue came to light, I talked about it on my radio show ad nauseum. And the voters here in East Baton Rouge made the decision themselves. They did not want to fork out any additional tax dollars to build a new prison in EBR. Now, say what you will about the rate of incarceration. Say what you will about the color of the skin of individuals incarcerated. Say what you will about second chances, America being the land of opportunity. We love an underdog. We love a good comeback story. But at the end of the day, y'all, we have to send a message as a society that if you choose to prove without hesitation that you are not either able or willing to live by the laws of a civilized society, then we have a place especially for you. Citizens all across this state are finally getting sick and tired of being sick and tired when it comes to crime. And it's a sad commentary that we were not able to, if I could use an old Western adage, head this off at the pass. We saw this coming a good while ago. And for whatever reason, we collectively decided to stick our collective heads, you know where, in the sand. Get your head out the gutter. Get your mind out the gutter. That's not what I was going to say. Although some of y'all have done that, but that's a different show for a different day. When all is said and done, y'all, the Bible itself tells us the poor will always be among us. What the Bible didn't tell us, but if you read between the lines, you can probably figure out for yourself, we will always have the criminal element among us. Now, it's up to us as a society to decide how we are going to deal with these individuals. Just this week, in Point Capee Parish, little old bitty town of New Roads, after 3 juveniles were shot, fortunately, none of them fatally, police get a call about a group of folks out brandishing weapons. So, as law enforcement is obliged to do, they show up to investigate. Come to find out, they're shooting a rap video. And of course, when the po-po pulls up, everybody takes off running. Tip of the hat, by the way, to the New Roads Police Department and the law enforcement agencies involved, because they rounded up just about everybody. And of course, of the 12 weapons that were confiscated, along with some drugs, they found 2 of the weapons had been stolen, 8 pistols, 2 AK-47s, 2 AR-15s. Now, let me admonish you, don't go there. Clarence, I know you're not about to say that even in a little city like New Roads, you don't need an AR-15 or an AK-47. No, that is the furthest thing from the truth. If you are responsible, at the end of the day, there is responsibility that comes along with every privilege that you are granted in life. Pure and simple. When you earn, after passing a test, a driver's license, there's responsibility that comes along with you putting the key in the ignition and starting the vehicle. You are obliged to operate said vehicle according to the rules of the road that we kind of assume you know since you did pass a test, allegedly. Responsibility comes along with every privilege that we are granted in life. That's, you don't have to be an Einstein to figure that out. It's a 2,000+ pound guided missile. There's responsibility that comes along with it. The same goes true for firearms. Listen, y'all. You don't have to be the brightest bulb in the chandelier to figure this one out. All you have to do every freaking day is, if you're old school, open up the newspaper, turn on the news, pull out your smartphone and look at local news, and you see it happening over and over and over again. Now, some of y'all gonna get upset, but that's okay. It ain't the first time a black conservative has said something you don't like, and newsflash, English teachers, here we go in 3, 2, 1. It ain't going to be the last time. These are your children, y'all. These are not law enforcement's kids. They're not the judge's kids. These are your children. They are the ones with the illegal guns. They are the ones committing drive-bys. And they are the ones that people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired want their little miscreant butts locked up and taken off the streets. Now, in case you haven't been paying attention, we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, y'all. So if your child is one of those, or if you are an adult engaging in criminal enterprises, you need to read the handwriting on the wall. We are sick and tired of being sick and tired. So when the hammer of the law comes down, don't act surprised. Don't try to give us a sob story. Don't try to blame it on whatever unfortunate circumstances you encountered in life early on. We don't want to hear it, y'all. We don't. All we want are individuals that understand full well you are blessed to live in the greatest country on the face of this earth. We don't call it the land of opportunity for nothing. There's nothing you cannot achieve in this country if you are willing to make the sacrifice. We, collectively, we got to get rid of this crap about entitlement. The only thing this world owes you is a foot in your behind if you don't get off your behind and take advantage of the opportunities that are available to you. Read the handwriting on the wall, y'all. Folks are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Or, as I like to say, remember, when you fail to govern yourself, you have now consented to be governed. Now, let me hasten to add, some of y'all need to be governed. Some of y'all don't possess the discipline, the respect for others to conduct yourself in a fashion conducive to living in a civilized society. Well, I'm going to make a little prognostication here. At the rate we're going now, it won't be long. We will gladly pay some extra tax dollars to build a place just for you. Wink, wink. Some of y'all ain't going to get that till later. I just hope that you get it before the jail cell door clanks shut. First break of today's show. When we come back, more proof positive that folks that reside on the left, what was the, help me out, Marty, what was the movie? The Truth, you can't handle the truth. Jack Nicholson, what's the movie? Help me out. The what? Was that, no, not a, was it A Few Good Men? See, can't get good help around here anyway. We'll talk about this, the truth and the left, when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances. Your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Hi, gang. Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. If you were with us heading into the last commercial break, you know, and particularly those of you that weren't for whatever reason, where have you been all morning? Shame on you. Shame on you. We talked about how in our country as of late, there, particularly on the left, are so many of our fellow Americans that, for lack of a better phrase, have problems with the truth. I don't know if it's because we've had this influx of people that attempt, for whatever reason, mostly agenda-driven, to blur the lines between truth and falsehood. It's painful to watch. Because in this country, as a baby boomer growing up, we all knew, as everyone that preceded us in life knew, there were certain truths that were just that. It's the truth. You may not like it, may not want to hear it, may not appreciate it, but at the end of the day, it's still the truth. So this week, Marty's in here crying, by the way, floor producer extraordinaire. His favorite show, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, decided to fire Jenny Nguyen. I know he's just heartbroken. He just doesn't know what he's going to do with himself. They fired this poor woman. Well, why did they fire her, Clarence? Because she told the truth. Those on the left, in the height of the George Floyd riots, went out of their way to justify the actions of those dissatisfied with what was going on in this country. Those on the right are more center or / truth oriented, like Jenny Nguyen, refused to buckle under. On social media, she put out a series of tweets. And once Bravo found out what she had tweeted, they came for her. She got to go. Quote, "The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recognizes we failed to take appropriate action once her offensive social media posts were brought to our attention." So what'd she say, Clarence? What'd she say? Well, I'm glad you asked. Oh, they also added, by the way, moving forward, we will work to improve our processes to ensure we make better informed and more thoughtful casting decisions. That's a way of saying, from this point on, we will only hire people that agree with what we say, and we will only hire people that aren't bold enough to buck the system. So let me share with you some of the things she tweeted that got her fired. One meme read, quote, "If you follow the officer's orders, you won't get shot." Truth. Truth. But they fired the woman for this. Another, quote, "I'm sick of people saying policemen need more training. You had 18 years to teach your kids it's wrong to loot, steal, set buildings ablaze, block traffic, overturn cars, destroy buildings, and attack citizens. Who failed who?" Truth. Truth. You had 18 years, but now it's the po-po that needs more training. This one really, this one probably sealed the deal. Oh, you got to go, girl. Quote, "Hundreds of blacks shot and many killed, including children, by other blacks every week. Over 1,000 officers violently injured, some permanently by rioters. Anarchists rioting in major cities every night, which has caused billions of dollars of destruction to private and public property. And you still think police officers are the problem? You're an idiot." That sealed the deal, y'all. She got to go. Why? Because she told the truth. You know, it's amazing. Individuals typically, and you know who falls in this category, liberals, individuals that preach the loudest and the longest about facts are typically the ones that ignore them the most. But you're not supposed to be able to figure that out. See, you just take what they say, and apparently it's gospel. And God help you if you question it. You do realize one of the core principles of the freedoms that we enjoy in this country, part of the bedrock of what makes us the greatest country, arguably, in the history of the human species, is the ability and the right to decide for yourself based upon the facts, not your precious little old feelings on your shoulders. At the end of the day, buck up, buttercup. People are going to say things that you don't agree with. People are going to say things that might hurt your little old precious feelings. But please, for God's sake, show me where it's written that you have the right to go through life and not have your feelings hurt. Show me where it's written you have the right to go through life and not be offended. You can't. You know why? Because it ain't. Sorry, English teachers, I didn't give y'all the heads up. It's not written anywhere. But all of a sudden now, folks in this country, on the left, I know, on TV it looks like my right. I'll do it this way for you. Feel better? I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Y'all know how I feel about your feelings, don't you? Uh-huh. And the sooner we in this country go back to that, the better off we're all going to be. Pure and simple, y'all. In this marvelous existence of ours that we refer to as life, people are going to say things that you don't agree with. People are going to say things that may hurt your feelings. Of course, now, a former pastor of mine was very fond of saying, when you throw a rock in the yard, it's only the hit dog that hollers. So maybe instead of trying to cancel somebody or fire somebody for doing nothing more than telling the truth, maybe you need to look at yourself and stop looking at other people, trying to find somebody you can blame because your little old feelings got hurt. You know, I often wonder, God bless him, what my late father would think about what we've become in this country. I have an idea, but I can't say it because it's a family show. But he would wonder, what in the world are we thinking as Americans? This from a guy who willingly signed up to fight for this country at a time where many of the rights that other Americans enjoyed were denied to him. But he believed enough in the foundation. He believed enough in the principles. And he understood, if I work hard enough, if I make the needed sacrifices, I can accomplish anything I want to. He also understood, in this thing we call life, there are going to be times when your little old feelings are going to be hurt. Boo-hoo-hoo. Buck up, buttercup. It ain't the first time, and in all likelihood, it's not going to be the last. You'll get over it. And surprise, surprise, tomorrow the sun will still rise in the east. It will travel across the sky and set in the west. I know they got y'all thinking, if somebody hurts your little old feelings, oh, that's the end of the world. They need to be fired. They need to be canceled. I just ask you to entertain one thought. What happens when you say something that hurts somebody else's feelings? I know you hadn't thought that far down the road, right? You might want to start, because before you know it, they'll be coming for you. Bottom of the hour break. We'll get this out of the way. Last night, watching television, had a bit of an epiphany, a bit of a revelation. Want to share it with you when we come back. Continuing today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
You've waited, and now Toyotathon is here at Team Toyota. Every new Toyota's on sale with end-of-year savings. And with our Buy Here, Sell Here program, we'll pay you top dollar for your trade. The selection and savings are right here for you at Team Toyota, I-12 and O'Neill.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis. Not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with The Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, it's one of the somewhat intricate idiosyncrasies of life is that many times we have epiphanies in the most mundane of circumstances. A lot of times you're in the midst of something that you know is monumental. So it's not really that big a surprise when this earth-shaking revelation occurs. On the other hand, however, if you live long enough, you soon realize there are times when epiphanies happen for you, and it came about as a result of something that's as ordinary as the day is long. For example, last night, I'm channel surfing, finished show prep, looking for something to watch, and I see something that looks pretty interesting. So I start watching. Right about then, up pops a face that I know is as liberal as the day is long. How do I know this? Well, in the height of the Orange Man Bad era, this actor let all of America know how he felt about Donald J. Trump and how he felt about the people who supported him. Conservatives. He let us know in no uncertain terms he can't stand these people. So immediately I grabbed the remote and go to another channel. I said, okay, this looks interesting. Let's see what this is. 3-4 minutes later, boom, up pops another. One of these Hollywood elites that have no problem letting anyone know, anybody who will listen and some who won't, how much she can't stand conservative Americans. So, remote time again. Click up, went to another. After flipping through about 5 or 6 shows that I refuse to watch anything they have anything to do with anymore, it hit me. You know what? In the strangest of ways, I'm glad that Donald J. Trump was treated the way he was by the media, Hollywood, and the entertainment industry. Because out of this, we now know who and what they truly are. See, prior to this ganging up on one guy by the media, Hollywood, the left, we all just kind of assumed, and you know what they say about assuming, we kind of all assumed that these folks love America. I mean, they make millions of dollars play acting. They make millions of dollars living in a world of make-believe. But now we know exactly who hates half of America and to what degree they hate us. Now, I don't know about you, but these folk don't deserve 5 seconds of my time on my television, and they certainly don't deserve a nickel of my support in any way, form, or fashion. You know, for the first time this year, first time in 20, as best I can tell, 24 or 25 years, when next month rolls around, I'm not going to know what to do with myself. Y'all know, if you have kept up radio, television, over all the years, you know how diehard a NASCAR fan your buddy Clarence is. Matter of fact, when I would meet people and they would say, well, tell me a little something about you. You sound like an interesting fellow. We've been sitting here having an off-the-cuff conversation. Who are you? I would tell them I had my answer down pat. I am a God-fearing, flag-waving, NASCAR-loving, conservative black man. Since NASCAR, which prior to last year was my favorite sport, I'll never forget. Let me digress for just a second. A guy that used to work out at the health club with my late brother started up a conversation with him one day. He said, man, I listen to your brother on the radio all the time, and I always hear him talk about how big a NASCAR fan he is. Is that the truth? My brother told him, said, man, let me tell you something. Sunday after church, the entire family is in the living room watching football. This fool, talking about me, is in the study in the back hollering, 3 wide, 3 wide. Yeah, that boy's a fan. He's a fan. He can tell you inside out all the idiosyncrasies, all the intricacies. He can tell you everything there is to know about NASCAR. I just happened to be flipping through the channels one day, and it was, I can't remember if it was the big one at Talladega or the big one at Daytona. Either way, whichever track it was, I'm watching in real time, just flipping through the channels, and I see the big one. And I say to myself, oh my God, I just watched 15 people die on national television. And in every single car, what was left of them, the window net came down, the driver got out, and I immediately said to myself, I have got to find out more about this. This is insane. That hook was set in me, and it never let go until a year ago. NASCAR decided they're going to go woke. Well, if I have anything to do with it, you going broke, hoss. Now listen, y'all, don't get it twisted. I understand full well I don't register anywhere on the NASCAR demographic. The folks with the National Association of Stock Car Automobile Racing, NASCAR, NASCAR, they could care less than a you-know-what about what a 60-plus-year-old black conservative American feels. Make a list of the top 50 demographics for NASCAR to be concerned about. I don't even make the list. But there's an old adage, y'all, that says, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Some of y'all not going to get that till later, but that's okay, as long as at some point you get it. Now, I told my man Marty this morning, say, bro, I'm taking suggestions, recommendations, what I should do with myself when the NASCAR season starts. For those of you that don't know, NASCAR is unlike any other sport. Every other sport, the biggest event of the year happens at the end of the season. NASCAR is the exact opposite. Daytona 500. I mean, yours truly was such a fan. I get up early that morning. I'm smoking ribs. I got my bacon wrapped shrimp all seasoned, getting ready to put them on the grill. I got my libations, my adult beverages, and the word is out to any and everybody that knows me. Don't call me. Don't call me. And for God's sake, don't you knock on the door, because I'm not going to answer. I'm watching Daytona. So for the first time now in 20 some odd years, I'm not looking forward to it. First time in 20 some odd years, I ain't watching. Why? Because if I don't stand for something, I will fall for anything. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm about sick and tired of all this crap that's being pushed down the throats of the American public by the media and the left. Again, I understand NASCAR ain't gonna miss me. But newsflash, I ain't gonna miss them either. That street, my friends, runs both ways. So at the end of the day, it pained me to watch President Trump be treated the way he was by the media, the Hollywood elite, and those on the left. But you know, they taught us early in life, y'all. Many of y'all didn't pay attention, but that's a different show for a different day. There's always a silver lining to every cloud. As dismal as that time was, it revealed to us exactly who these people are and what they're all about. Now, there's something to be said about people pulling the wool over your eyes for a certain amount of time. Man, I thought these people loved this country. Man, I thought these people understood that as an American, I got a right to my opinion and I got a right to express it. I thought these people understood that the bedrock of our society is the individual. Only to find out later on, these folks don't have a clue. Now, when that revelation comes, the true measure of a man is what you do thereafter. I don't know about you, y'all, but there is nothing other than my God and my country, both of whom I love, that I love so much that I will put up with people spitting in my face just because I want to watch some football. That ain't happening, Hoss. Not today. NASCAR, it was good while it lasted. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I didn't enjoy watching the sport. It's obvious I did. Why else would I be able to tell you? How else could I tell you all the idiosyncrasies? How else could I tell you what to look for? What's going to be important? What's going to determine this race? How could I tell you the differences between all the different tracks, the aerodynamic packages, this, that, and the other? But at the end of the day, y'all, I love my God and my country immensely more than anything I will ever watch on television. Oops, wait, that's right. Anything I used to watch on television. NASCAR. Bye-bye. Nice knowing you. Final break of today's show. We'll get her done, come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and we wrap up this week's Clarence Bugg Show only on the Pelican. Stay close.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats. The flavor says it all.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
The Post on Church Point Road in Gonzales would like to invite everyone to their newly renovated events hall, a beautiful 9,600 square foot facility that features a 5,500 square foot main hall and a separate 600 square foot conference room. Renters have access to our huge kitchen, large stage, tables, chairs, bar, and covered outdoor cooking. So plan your next wedding, party, conference, and more at The Post on Church Point Road, Gonzales.
Tremonti's has meat, Tremonti's has seafood, Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters, huge wine and liquor selection, beer and all the spices you need, Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats, ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs, 20 flavors of sausage for the grill, daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show. Y'all know how big I am on old adages. It's a part of who I am, and you can charge it to whatever you want to charge it to. That I had enough sense to pay attention to the older people growing up as they tried to impart wisdom to us through old sayings and adages. There's one that says, Stick around long enough and you find out who your real friends are. I thought my man Marty and I were buds. I thought we were friends. I thought that was my boy, y'all. Yeah, he's white, I'm black. Yeah, he lives in a rural area, I live in the city. A lot of things different, but I thought that was my boy. You know what he told me in the last break? Hey, bro, I know what you could do to fill your time on Daytona 500 Sunday. I said, what's that, bro? I'm all excited. You could watch reruns of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You got to go back. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, go to YouTube, go back to 2 segments before then, and it'll all make sense to you. Listen, y'all, on a serious note, there is a group of our fellow Louisianians that really need our help. In the wake of this recent spate of hurricanes in our area, our state's fishing industry, seafood industry, is really suffering. $579 million in losses, according to the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, LSU, and the Louisiana Sea Grant. Laura, Delta, Zeta, Ida, wreaking havoc. Now, we all know the importance of the seafood industry, not just in Louisiana, but the entire nation. So I would like to solicit your help in supporting this awesome industry and the fine men and women that are a part of it. I've always said that if I were to take a job outside of Louisiana, what would I miss most? And every time I entertain that question, there are 2 things that, depending on whom it is I'm speaking with, are always at the top of the list. Sometimes it's number 1, other times it's number 2. But these 2 things are always at the very top. If I had to leave my beloved Louisiana, I would miss the people and the food, particularly the seafood. Now, I don't have enough time to get into the recent comments made by, was that Eli Apple, Marty, football player that said, man, Saints fans, they're about the worst in the world, only second to the New York Giants. And the food in that city, I don't know where people get off talking about it's good food. I'm not going to even get into that because y'all know that does not even deserve a reply. We all know, unlike Eli, that people come by the millions every year to this state. And when they leave, what did they talk about? Man, the people there are so friendly. I mean, I've heard of situations where people would give you the shirt off their back, but these people will actually do it. You know, we came in for the football game and we're the enemy, but next thing I know, LSU fans or Southern fans, they got me over there tailgating, giving me food and drinks and, you know, and man, the music, you know what they talk about. They always talk about the food and the people. So for him to say that, you pretty much glean from that what you will. But these folks need our help, y'all. If at all possible, and at one time, we never had to entertain this. Our seafood was everywhere. Just about any place you would go to buy seafood, you didn't have to ask, excuse me, before you weigh that out or before you wrap that up, is that fresh caught from Louisiana waters? Oh yeah, that's all we sell. Used to be, there was never a question of that. Now, let me encourage you, if at all possible, y'all, make sure when you buy that seafood that it's Louisiana seafood. It's an industry that has served our state for God knows how long. It is an industry that is chock full of men and women who on any given day may put their lives on the line to bring those catches to us. And it's a group of folk that, quite frankly, if they were to disappear, our quality of life would suffer. So again, make it a point, because I know you're going to buy some in the very near future. That's a given. If you're a Louisianian, it's going to happen. If not, you might want to go back and check that birth certificate, because maybe somebody lied to you. Just saying. Oh, and also, in addition to that, if you reside in the capital city or the capital region, or will be visiting sometime before the end of this week, it is Restaurant Week. And there are a number of restaurants that participate in Restaurant Week. Why is that important? Well, encourage them to do the same. Make sure that they use Louisiana seafood. But additionally, a portion of all the proceeds will be donated to the Baton Rouge Food Bank. I don't need to tell you how important that is. Right now, with things being what they are from an economic standpoint, there but by the grace of God go any one of us at any moment needing assistance from the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank. My man Mike Manning and his crew, unbelievably sound people. They love Louisiana, they love the region, they love helping people. So if you plan to be out and about grabbing a bite this weekend, make it a point to patronize restaurants that are a part of Restaurant Week, knowing that a part of your proceeds will go to help one of the most worthy organizations that we have in Louisiana. Want a little something to stick your chest out about, a little something to pat yourself on the back about, and a little something that'll get you some great food all at the same time? Restaurant Week in the capital city. Go out, spend a little money, take part, and help out some people that really, really deserve it and can really do some wonderful things. Listen, I understand you might be thinking, well, Clarence, if it's, just a percentage, how much is that going to help? You got to understand, the food bank has connections such that for every dollar we give them, they can do about 12 to 20 times more with that $1 than you or I can. Connections, resources, support them. That being said, time's up and I got to go. But once again, this day, just like any other, and you see I'm running short, I give it to you. You know what, you're right. America, we're not perfect, but this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you do realize that he loves you, right? And I hope you know that I do too. Best news of the day, ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. We'll see you next week. Take care. God bless.